Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good night. I don't know what time you're going to be watching this, so I'm just going to cover it all. And that's the way that, what's that guy? Jim Carrey played on that one movie. So knowledgeable about the world. Well, it's morning over here, and today I am just drinking a wonderful blend of, let's see, let's try to get that right in the camera without spilling all over the floor. That's a wonderful blend of matcha tea and wheatgrass. Yeah, so I drink this every morning and now, and it goes good with my what do you even call that in English? I already forgot. Oh, I forgot to close the door. But what is it? Krill oil. Yeah, I'll take a krill oil pellet. Fuck. And I also have a cup of this every morning, and that kind of gets me started with my day. And I did not sleep really good last night. I probably got up at 3 in the morning because I had a dream about being in a rail station in Hong Kong, and then the the what do you call that? The escalator stopped at a certain point, and then it was just a whole bunch of junk escalators at the bottom, and the guy there told us, "You gotta come up." And I woke up, and then I just studied Swedish for like 5 hours straight. Maybe not 5 hours straight, but you know. So today, what is the topic I'm going to be talking about? Well, this is something that I think a lot of people um, don't think about when they're thinking about learning in general. And this is certainly something that I used to think I would just reject as like an actual playing a role in learning, you know? And which would be the subconscious mind's role in learning. So before, I thought that if you wanted to learn, what you needed to do was actively learn things. You needed to read books, and you needed to actively memorize things. You know, this is how the American education system kind of like works, you know, or what it fosters in us, you know. But after getting out of that system and kind of coming up with my own system of learning, I've realized that is completely not right. You know, if you force yourself to memorize things, your mind is actually going to throw it out easier. It's going to be easier for your mind to throw out. Just like in high school when we had all those tests where we crammed before the night before, and then you know we learned the capitals of all the countries in the world, or like the states and whatnot. You know, you just throw out all that knowledge like the next day, you know. But what actually makes things stick? It's the stories about things that stick. It's the context of everything that sticks. And to get those things, there is an active, of course, an active role in this, but there's all the more important is this guy up here. He's working too. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, every year for your entire life. It's always going, unless you, well, die. That's pretty much, I mean, entire life and then die. Okay. But anyway, so you know, this is something that happened to me just last night, and actually sometimes when I wake up from these weird dreams, I actually will just all of a sudden something in my brain has been organized, you know. Like the learning that I've done, like usually it's like 2 weeks before, will all of a sudden just be organized in some way where I can access it. And so that's why I kind of just went straight to learning Swedish when I woke up. I was like, well, I got this new knowledge in my head, so I should go, you know, I don't interact with it or come in contact with it, you know? And this is something that more people are getting less and less of. Sleep. Sleep is super important for this subconscious learning process. I'm not like a psychologist or a neurosurgeon or a neuroscientist or whatever you want to say, but you need to take care of this guy. And sleep is probably the most important and it's the most important thing I think for your body in general. If you don't get enough sleep, if you're feeling dreary during the day, then you need more sleep. And that 2:30 feeling that everyone talks about, take a nap. Don't take a coffee. Take a nap. It does wonders for you. Like seriously, this is something that for learning in general, not just language learning, is important. So sleep more. Get your sleep. It's going to be better for your entire life. You need sleep. Don't tell yourself, oh, I don't have enough time during the day. You don't have enough time not to sleep, you know. So you need to sleep. And that's one of the most important aspects of subconscious learning is we need sleep, and during sleep we are learning. And I actually think that dreams are it's almost like the brain talking to itself, like having a discussion about those things that have been come in contact with during your conscious phase. And so I've always seen, like, after a few months of studying a language, I'll start dreaming in the language. And sometimes it's not actually like sensible stuff in that language. It'll be more like, I get the feeling that the characters in my dream are speaking that language. And I remember a long, long time ago, when I wasn't even really focusing on Cantonese, I had a dream where, like, I felt like everyone was speaking to me in Cantonese. And then I woke up, and I obviously wasn't good in Cantonese, so it was like, if someone spoke to me in Cantonese, I wouldn't be able to understand it. But now I speak Cantonese well, you know, and I understand most of what people are telling me. So, yeah. So it's strange. Like I think a lot of people say when you start dreaming in the language, that's when you know the language. That's complete utter bullshit. I'm just telling you right now, that is bullshit. Like, you will dream in the language, and you'll feel like you're being fluent in the language, but it doesn't necessarily mean you're actually even good at the language. So, but it is part of the subconscious process, you know? And I think people just need to trust in that subconscious process more. People just don't even see it as a thing. And actually, smart people, especially, or quote unquote smart people, will almost tell themselves, like, if they can't recall, like, how to describe that thing, then it's just not knowledge. I mean, at least that's how I saw knowledge in the past. I would think, okay, if I can't describe this, for instance, if I can't translate this Chinese into English, then it means that I'm not good at Chinese yet. Or the other way around, if I can't translate this English into Chinese, then I'm not good in Chinese. But there's actually a problem here. A lot of these things are subconscious. And for you to be able to speak a language fluently, it's pretty much all subconscious process. And it's lightning fast. Like, you're putting together sentences, like, I don't even know how fast, like, it's faster than grease lightning at least. And I mean, I don't know if you've ever tried that, but it's a dangerous process. It takes many people and you need a pretty tall tower. But anyway, like, and a lot of grease actually. But it's subconscious, really. So what you need to do, let me take a sip right now, just to interrupt that sentence, you know. So what you gotta do is just trust in that. Just trust that if you keep coming in contact with the language, it's subconsciously it's slowly going to be, and gradually going to be planted in your subconscious mind, and then one day you just be able to bleh. In one sense, it's like that. In another sense, you do need to do a little thinking. You need to process it a little bit. But usually what your goal is to get that all subconscious where it just kind of like regurgitates itself out, if that's a great picture for you. Just think about kids, like elementary school kids eating too much pizza and coming out again. The knowledge you're gaining of the language is that square shaped pizza, and sometimes the weird kids would put a little ranch on it, but actually you found out later that putting ranch on pizza is excellent, so it's not actually that weird. And then you put it all in your system, and you do it, and then it comes all out. That's the metaphor for today, and well, happy language learning. I don't know if that's a good conclusion, but whatever, I'm at 10 minutes. Cheers.